they're really tiny on here, but you kind of see the ones with all the colors are is the periodic table of elements, and the ones that is the black and white is periodic table of ions. So you'll need both. So let's understand what this is. So this number right here is the atomic number. So this tells you how many protons and electrons there are. So we write that down here. Protons are positively charged, electrons are negatively charged, and then neutrons are neutrally charged. They have no charge really. So next important number on here is this atomic mass. Now this is an average because in nature things aren't gonna weigh the same. You know what I mean? So if you have two oranges, for example, there's one of them is going to be heavier than the other. So they have an average, and it comes out to be 6.94. So protons, electrons, and neutrons, you know, they're all part of an atom, but only two of them have mass. Protons are about 1 atomic unit heavy, right? Electrons are about 0, and neutrons are about 1, meaning that this atomic mass right here is coming from the weight of protons and neutrons. So how do we figure out how many protons and neutrons and electrons are in an atom? Well, we already know how many protons because of the atomic number right here. And so that's already 3 for this atom right here. So we're going to just, protons would be 3. Electrons, since this is an atom, they're balanced. So there's, it's not like an ion, which is, they're not balanced, like charge-wise. So this would be 3. And then, as I said, the neutrons are the other ones that give this weight. So we're going to average this to 7. And we already know how many protons are here. So we're going to subtract 3. And we're going to get 4. So there's 4 neutrons in this atom. So the structure of an atom. So we have the nucleus and then shells that go around them. The shells hold the electrons. So you've seen like the stereotypical atom with like, you know. So that's basically what it is, but we flatten it out so we could better visualize things. So let's put protons to purple, electrons to like the cyan color, and then neutrons to this brown, yellowish color, right? So protons, we have 3 of those, and we put those in the middle because protons and neutrons go in the nucleus, electrons go on the outside. Neutrons, we have 4 of those, so we just put those in here. And then electrons. So with electrons, this first shell, so these things right here are called shells, right? So this first shell right here is the one closest to the nucleus. This one only holds 2 electrons. Now the ones on the outer, like going from there, hold 8, but we don't really need to worry about that or like right now because this one only has 3 electrons. So we draw those in, and so you can double check and making sure you have all of them, right? 3 electrons, check. 4 neutrons, check, and 3 protons. So that is a lithium atom right there. Ions are atoms that are not balanced, right? So let's redraw our all right, so we have our lithium atom right here. So this website right here, it's called like Phet atom, like this is the Phet atom builder. So you can drag these little pieces up and make something. So this is a neutral atom. So if you look on here, it shows that our charge is 0, meaning that this is an atom, it's neutral, right? And up here it shows you like the protons, neutrons, and electrons because that's how many you have in here, right? But if we go down here, this is a positively charged ion. And as I said, electrons are negatively charged, meaning that you have 1 less electron here. It's missing, you see? So if you look up here, it used to be 3 like it was up here, but now it is 2. So this would be a positively charged ion. Now you could only change the electrons because if you change the protons, it becomes a different element, right? So if you look over here, it shows it's more positively charged, and then it still weighs 7, okay? Now you can make it negatively charged by adding more because more electrons. You see, this one wasn't here last time. So shows you up here like that. And as I said, you can only add electrons, not protons, because it changes the element, right? So let's just say we wanted to make this atom right here a negatively charged ion, would we add or subtract? We would add, because electrons are negatively charged. And so that right there is now a negatively charged ion. I mean, that's basically part of ions if you're just looking at like your periodic table elements, taking one element and then breaking down like what it is, like what's, like how much does it weigh, like how many protons, how many electrons, how many neutrons, drawing it out like that. The next thing is going to be how atoms and other elements interact with each other, like in reactions. So I'm going to get to that next.